Yo, my dudes. Let's see if we can find like a ranked game or two. We'll see how many. Just give me a minute really quick. Alright. Get some, like something light. Alright. Last stream I said I wanted to play Blue Dragons, I think. So let's see if we can. Dragons game. Alex White is safe. I remember, oh god, I remember Alex White. I think he's French. And his lobbies were questionable. And his... Who is Rocket Man? Who the hell is Rocket Man? Oh, it's fucking Dick Cheney. Oh my god. Okay, that's nice, I guess. Fucking Dick Cheney. Are you... Hang on, let me Google if that's like a real name. Oh, it apparently is. But there's no... There's a Wikipedia article about this person, but only in Polish and other languages I don't speak. Apparently it has to do with World War II. Something. This person, in one way or another. Or maybe it's about a movie that is about World War II. Maybe someone here in chat can tell me. You should do a video on trash and shadows. Yeah, Ash and Shadows is something... Like, here's the thing, balance-wise, I'm pretty sure you don't even need to... you don't really need to play to see that balance-wise is really just... Is this guy holding a gun? Yes, a sniper rifle. because that guy's a stream sniper. Joke. But yeah, like I said, you really only need to take a couple of looks at it to see that it's imbalanced as fuck. But I think, like, live and let live. Like, if he just wants to make a mod about hang on. I guess we're playing unranked. Ooh, we're getting company on the TeamSpeak.
Sound resumed. Channel switched.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, viewers.
Can't wait for those dank Ash and Shadows enabled battles casted by our guy Stealth 17. Yeah. Ooh. Now I can play War Game on menu. Do you think the extra frame rate will help me
User
on War
joined
Game?
your channel.
Oh god, who's this? Oh, it's
I guess
Pat.
I should
I need
turn off
to
the
fix
stream.
my... One moment.
Yeah, this game's gonna be like 5 minutes long, so just meet me in the middle with a whole bunch of tanks.
Uh-huh.
I gotta go to the movies. I didn't know it was that close. Like tank micro. So buy some smoke and some tanks.
Just fast move, do it like Putin, don't even micro your tanks.
No. We'll fight. We'll fight. All right, ready up.
Dude, I still have
I have
640
no
points.
My computer's doing to make
Alright, hang on, I'll do it quick, Let me just buy some shit on.
How many tanks do you have?
Oh, just tanks! Okay, just tanks. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
User disconnected from your channel.
I bought 2 supers, that's it.
I have 4 supers.
Oh,
If you
okay,
count the
yeah.
Kiyomaru as a super.
Alright, I'll buy 2 Leclercs. Alright, go.
Okay. Where do we meet? Like between Delta and Bravo?
Middle.
Okay, middle.
User entered your channel.
I'm gonna buy a ninja just for scouting, okay? You can
Yeah,
buy a
me
tiger
too.
too, just turn off the guns. Or the weapons.
Alright, so first one to lose all their tanks loses.
Okay. I think you have the edge though, because Leclercs and 2 F5s are probably better than Kiyomarus. I guess we'll see.
Turning my guns off on my tiger.
User disconnected from your channel.
What the fuck is Nick doing?
Have you had any good games today?
I literally just saw that.
Oh, yeah, I got showed by Putin yesterday. It was fucking embarrassing.
I only saw the bit where he seemingly stream sniped you, and that was. I was really hoping for. I was really hoping for that one guy to post it on Reddit because some drama is always nice.
Fine. No, I'm fine with that. No,
Stream sniper getting stream sniped. XD.
Right. And no, I got the wonky side of nuclear winter, and I just lost.
RIP. What did you play? Baltic?
Yeah.
Oh. Whoa, you have 2 mortars, I only have 1 mortar. Holy shit.
Oh. We'll see what happens here.
Maybe turn off the... Or maybe turn off the MGs on the tanks as well, so we don't accidentally shoot at the...
Oh my.
Did I kill one of the Leclercs at least? I don't think I did. Wow, I think I lost already. I didn't manage to kill one of the Leclercs. Dude, I did like 4 damage to the Leclercs and I already lost one of my Kaimarus.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead, just peek. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, no
How many tanks
chance.
did I just kill?
2.
I just killed 2 there?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not good.
No, my mortar. That's unfair.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then the what? What?
Oh.
You saw that? I managed to get a shot off. Oh my god!
Oh no.
User joined your channel.
Raz,
Yes.
you idiot! You're never gonna
No,
win
stop,
a battle
stop,
against
stop.
a superior
No,
number
no.
of tanks playing like that.
There we
No!
go.
Oh, I nearly managed to put it off. I got it. Your 205 is low, right?
It says 5 bars, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I managed to get a shot on your 205 without your 205 returning.
Oh, well, that was good enough.
You need
Alright,
to
I'm
smoke
going
in
to
the middle of
movies.
his tanks
you're-
and
if
divide
you're
and
back,
conquer
like,
them. You're
playing,
never
like,
gonna
3
win
hours,
poking
I'll
your
be on.
tanks one by one. Into numerically superior forces.
Look at me. It's Nick the Man talking. I'm not even
I'll be
diamond
back
in
a couple
Rainbow
hours 'cause we're still
6.
streaming.
Okay, we'll see.
User disconnected from your channel.
That was short.
Yeah, he's gotta go to the movies or something.
What are you gonna do then? Play ranked?
Yeah, let's see if I can find a match or 2.
Okie dokie. Hey, you should play Mixed Red Airborne.
No, fuck off. I'm not cancer like you or Putin. Well, I mean, I'm only Euroco cancer, but not helicopter cancer.
Or Airborne.
No. Because tigers are cancer. And one tiger in the recon tab is already cancer enough.
You're literally just gonna go play more Eurocore.
I'm not. I'm playing Blue Dragons. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah.
Mainly because you wrecked me many times with it.
Yep.
So, that and Tortique saying...
But are you using my deck or are you using your own Blue
No,
Dragons deck?
I don't think... It's not too different from yours though, because I also put in the ninja.
Yeah, just abuse
Are you
the
watching... Can you watch the
abuse
stream at the
these
moment? I
methods.
put it up on the screen.
Let me see. Go tap back into it.
I think you upvote
Right,
one of
this-
your Kaimaros, but it's like a small thing.
Yes. Because
Not a
like I
huge thing.
never end up using 4 Kaiumaros, but like,
It's-
you don't want to.
Sorry, but it's Kyumaru?
There's never free to up at your ninjas, by the way.
Why not?
It's not gonna make a difference.
Okay,
Not
but is
to-
making upvote, but is upvoting a Kyumaru gonna make a difference?
Yeah, because it's gonna make it's 2 veterancy levels, and you go from 4 ninjas to 2 ninjas for 1 veterancy level, and
Fine,
you go from 2
fine,
Kaiumarus to 1 Kaiumaru
fine,
for 2 veterancy
fine.
levels.
Normally I'd say, hey, this guy doesn't even play Wargame anymore, but I don't really play much more either. Okay, what else? What else? Other than, I'm not gonna start upvoting one of my Kyumarus because I hate having two of the same units but different veterans. I hate having that. Even if it's
Okay.
better, it's ugly.
Trying to think what else.
The AA is a bit awkward, especially against planes.
Yeah,
You really have to rely on your
I think
planes.
I have a different AA setup than you do, but I mean, it's not a huge deal. I think I also take the F1 in my Blue Dragons deck, but I don't think it's a mandatory unit. It's
Yeah,
just, like,
F1
fun
is...
to have.
I used to have the F1 as well, I think, instead of the second card of Peace Peasants, but it's just so inconsistent. Like, really inconsistent.
I took a full. I would take a full set of planes.
And
I'm trying to remember
upvetting...
what I got rid of.
I
probably
could
didn't take-
get rid
I didn't
of
take
one of the
helicopters.
Cobras. That's for
I
sure.
didn't take one of the Cobras, and I think I didn't take.
5 Recons?
Yeah, I think that was it.
I really like having a 30-point Recon chopper, and I don't think I can get away with only 1 card of Recon Infantry or without the Hachinana.
Yeah. It's your call. I mean, it's just that, like, what I would do is I'd always open with a ninja, and if I'm opening with a ninja, there's no point for me to have a ninja and a 30-point scout helo.
Well,
you know?
it depends on the size of the map, depends on whether you lose the ninja as well.
I mean, it's
Like, the
pretty
ninja
hard
is
to lose
not...
ninja
The
because it's
30-point
super
Recon helo is
stealthy.
not just for openings, it's also for flanks.
That's true.
And again, if you lose your ninja, then
I mean, really,
you
though,
need
you
something.
shouldn't be losing your ninja. It is like.
Well, I mean, if the
exceptional
opponent
offense, good
opens with
stealth,
like
and it
2
has-
deserts or something, and you're over the ocean, so you can't
it,
land.
shoot it,
If
and
you're
it
over the
has
ocean and you
fucking
can't land.
70% accuracy stingers.
Yeah,
Play it over and
but helicopter AA
Don't
missiles
play it over
always
ocean.
behave weirdly against planes with like the angle and shit.
Yeah, that's true, but still, I've had plenty of times where I've
I
gotten
do
out
the same
planes
thing, but I
with
just
ninja.
or a lot of people do it, but it's true, but still, I don't know why, but I just love it when including me say that. I don't know, I find it funny in a way. We'll still play this broke-ass game, the Stockholm Syndrome is real. Most move to Ash and Shadows.
If I remember correctly, when I was playing Blue Dragons, we had open with the ninja and something like 30-40 points in reserve, so I could quickly grab a piece pheasant off the bat and take out whatever vital units were in the open before they were in cover.
It's honestly pretty cancerous, but
I
on
know,
the other hand,
it's cancer, but I mean,
I think on some maps it's really hard to do something against it. On the other hand, you could also just buy a 90-point AFF and you probably could deal with playing them.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's like uncounterable or anything.
It's a gamble. It's a gamble.
Yes,
but
it's a
I think
gamble.
it works out most of the time.
It's a bit similar to just buying, let's say, like a heavy helicopter opener and trying to drop in enemy lines or something.
Exactly.
But it's
also
more on the
like
safe
buying
side, but it's also easier to
behind,
counter.
Flying them into your opponent's spawn, right? Because it's a gamble. It's a calculated risk. Because you're betting on them not having more than 400 points of AA.
Fuck off. What if you face off against Czech? I'm not gonna face off against Czech. Bracket, 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 bracket. Oh, it's this guy again. On this map again. Interessant.
Which map and which guy would that be?
Helena is a very small place in this US Air Force guy. I played against him last stream. When was it? On Wednesday or something? He played the Dutch German Coalition. And I played...
Wow. The US Air Force to me.
I lost. Because I didn't really put much effort into the match, and I was ahead for the first 20 minutes, and then I...
Do you have the recoilless rifle infantry in your deck?
Yes.
Good.
In the WAPZ.
Yeah, it's a good combo. Because recoilless rifles melt transports, and the grenade launchers melt infantry, because those shock infantry aren't particularly suited to cleaning out other shock infantry.
What if you face Putin in book one-shots? Don't remind me. Planes is like one of the most frustrating things in the game. Planes is a bit like playing Steel Division. You can get fucked so much by planes. And it happens fucking regularly. Can be quite infuriating. Do I actually want to push it? I don't think I do. Nice Steel Division, let's play. Have you tried Ash and Shadows mod? No, I have not. You have the power of God and anime on your side, you can't lose. Oh god. Oh god. Power of anime, really? I'm not sure if I want that. Oh, I think I need more infantry in mid. Holy shit. Ooh, Peace Vessel, what are you doing? Ah, oh, quite a lot of A. Well, not quite a lot, but a good amount. Well, that's a 2-4 now.
Okay, this next one I can start off with is the Haven Mending. Then the Tower. Number 3. And then the Barbarian. 특이사항 없습니다. And let's see how this whole works. 우리가 필요한 곳이 어디입니까?
Oof, see? Fucking RNG. Two-shot his plane. Using planes takes a lot of skill. It's a escort.
적이 사거리에 들어온다면 우리도 마찬가지란 말이지. 소대 정렬 완료. 전쟁이 안 날 거라고 하더니 좌표만 주십시오. 지시를 기다리는 중입니다.
Goodbye, 2-4.
거기 안전한 건 맞습니까?
Turning off fuel. Actually, you have a good point. I should turn on fuel for my Kiyomaru. Thanks for reminding me. Oh my god, KFC got critted by the Roland. I think that was the Roland F2 actually, because it did 8 damage and not 9. Quite a point bleed? Yeah, it's alright. I only got 66 points. Need to use my Kiyomaru more. Kiyomaru. I lost my ninja like an idiot. Okay. Clap, clap, clap.
Day of the Dead, I
Don't get side shot here. Can't get line of sight. Nice, goodbye, leopard. I knew he had them sneaked around again. I think I want these WAPCs for their grenade launcher power. Unfortunate. Where did those fucking ACT go? For fuck's sake. There they are. Okay, he's definitely preparing something on that side. 2 2A5s, holy shit. Oh no, he got a shot off. Bad. I need a new mortar. Oh no! No! He lost he lost line of sight on my infantry last second and then stopped shooting at them and then got line of... Oh. That's unfortunate, losing the tank like that.
Kind of sounds to me that this has been like probably it's because it's other composers it's their for me to hear my music like rearranged and
Nice throw, it's far from thrown. Don't worry.
okay, so this is good. I think I'm going to do
Why you gave up left side of golf? Oh, I just thought giving it him for free is a fine idea. That's why I gave it up. I didn't give it up. It doesn't work like that.
I'm family ancestry is Mexican, and so to try to get it which goes to the past actually is
Oh, this escort is actually fucking me over.
everything goes fast, but if you slow it way down, it becomes goes too fast. So that's like a lot of mileage from one another.
Well, let's just go for it.
Slow down, speed it up.
Just because we can. Oh wow, he critted me in the first shot. Well, I guess that's karma.
Off with a tune from Heroes 2. I can't remember actually. Maybe you can tell me afterward what this first tune is. I couldn't find it on YouTube. It's so lots of times, even if they say they're gonna I think it sounds better someplace else. So what the word's going to be. Words are going to be the game. What? Yeah.
Okay, that's dealt with.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm like an actor. You never know, like when they edit the movie. Okay.
It's a 205.
I think you should be careful about trading against a full HP leopard 2A5 with your Kayumaro.
Yeah. I was hoping to get some shots from his 205 on my
I mean, you can definitely beat a leopard 2A5.
at close range, certainly, but I don't think this is close enough.
Are the Hachinanas amphibious?
No.
Right.
That's a lance. MK 900s. Of course. Oh no. It wasn't worth it. What did that trade? Ah, I got a 2A4 and L, not a 2A5. God damn it. Oh no, let's not throw away our gun tank for free. There go micro, I forgot about it.
Peace Pheasant should be able to trade that out, I think, right? Yeah, there you go. Hopefully you don't lose it. Oh, rip.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. I think golf is lost and I just hold on to Bravo.
Still,
and...
that's one of the best things about the Peace Pheasants is they just trade so well against enemy vehicles. And you manage to trade 90-point aircraft for 170-point tank. Is that a problem? Oh, I was a bit behind the live stream, wasn't I?
Well, live stream, you're always behind on the live stream because it has a delay automatically.
Yeah.
I was just about to say I should probably cap soon.
Yeah. Taking golf might be a little tricky though, just because of the lance, because he still has it up, right?
Yeah,
Do you still have your ninja?
I lost it. I lost 2 so far actually.
I was gonna say maybe flying a ninja around the side of the map and then accompanying it with a peace
Hope-
pheasant might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, he has a KWS though.
Ah, okay. And 2 peace rhines now.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I can juke the East Pheasant though. At the lance.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get some AA up though. Ah, fuck. Got a second lance. I couldn't repair my CV in time. Desperately need my ASF. I think at this point I might as well buy the seed since I have it on elite. Oof. Oof. I did not expect that. Fuck, okay. I did not know that he had a 2A4 and L up. Fuck, and I got sideshot by the leopard. Leopard 1. RIP. It's unfortunate. I don't think I can come back from that. I didn't have a scout there, so I didn't see that. Yeah, no, I don't have enough time to come back, and I'm behind on points. Both destruction and conquest, I think. Damn it. That's a problem with the Qmauer, it's so vulnerable to... Oh, suddenly there's a 140 point tank.
You need to be trading 2 for 1 with it.
You need to always know what is there at the target because it has only 20 armor.
That's true. It's also very fragile.
Yeah. It's a big issue.
When I was running Blue Dragons, I would also frequently start with 2 mortars, because just being able to lay smoke rapidly was very, very important for getting the most out of that Kayamaru. Because you need to keep it safe, and you need to put it in situations where it can...
Hey, I'm calling up my 4th Kayamaru, but no, I have lost anyway. I could have pushed mid maybe. In hindsight, but hindsight is 2020. Oh well, it's GG. Let's not drag this out for the last 10 minutes. Yeah, I think the start was good again, but one issue was that my infantry just didn't grind effectively enough with the vehicles. And yeah. I think up until the last Kyumaru, I killed more of his tanks. I did lose a couple of planes though. Yeah, the DAA is just awkward against planes, and if you lose the ASF battle, then it's gonna be tough shooting down the planes.
Yeah, because he was really spamming planes there.
I mean,
wasn't
no, not really. The planes weren't necessarily a huge issue. I don't think they really killed much, other than my ASF. The peace
he? And the
rounds.
2 ninjas.
No, the 2 ninjas died differently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think main issue was just the super heavy micro and the infantry grind.
How are you losing your ninjas? Just falling it too close
I
to
was
AA?
too aggressive with both of them.
Yeah, because they're not like tigers. There's not a ton of benefit to leaving it close to the front line. They're more just meant to play off to the sides and spot things for peace pheasants.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, or like countering his helicopters, you know. But you don't want to like send it aggressively after his helicopters because it's not like a cost-efficient AA helicopter. It still is a scout helicopter primarily.
And a stealth helicopter. Yeah, I figure problem with highways, I think I should have pushed mid just because on Gulf I don't think I can use the fire support as effectively. Like, for getting into the forest, sure it's fine, but once I'm in the forest, the 84 with the 20 RPM is just eating my fire support. And I need the fire support to win infantry fights. So I should have pushed the 2-pointer. Because the forest isn't as deep there. Play Sweden. No, I won't fucking play Sweden or some other shitty nation. What's with the background music today? I think that was coincidence that it was sad piece here. Quote unquote sad. Maybe I have some. Do you want to hear some gachi music? Right, since I don't have a playlist ready, let's just turn on this. Where's chat? Where's chat? Chat. Play Landjut. I'm not a huge fan of Landjut, to be honest. If I play Landjut, I might as well play Dutch-German coalition. And I'm not a huge fan of Dutch-German.
What? You don't like Dutch German?
I do, but it's not. I don't think it's a bad deck or anything like that. But I don't know. They have certainly some nice stuff, but they have some awkward things, and for my playstyle, I don't think they quite fit for my playstyle. That's the thing. Like, I just got fucking wrecked by that. Well, not wrecked, but I lost fairly decisively against Dutch German. And I think Putin's also been doing well with Dutch German.
I mean, infantry, just really
Infantry
solid.
is really solid, yes. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad deck or anything. I think if it wasn't for Eurocore, it might probably dominate in, well, in theory, dominate in the non-DLC tourney. And depending on the deck, depending on the map, it might even be better. I think it also just depends on who you play against and what kind of play style you play against.
I mean, it's like the
It's fairly slow. It's just it's very how do you say it? Very vulnerable to like fast flank attacks or something along those lines.
As vulnerable as you'd expect if you use the Apaches effectively to shut down.
Yeah,
motorized
but they're
attacks,
also
it's
killed
not
fairly
super
easily.
Reliable though.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Dutch escorts are amazing, but yeah, unless you spam them, they are easily countered. Danish biggest unicorn wasn't really uncovered yet. What do you mean with that?
But like with Dutch German Corps, even opening
User
with like
joined
a
your
single
channel.
Apache can be pretty effective because you can kind of punish motorized openers because it still is like medium optics for.
Oh yeah,
65
medium
points.
up. Like I mean, I'm not saying anything against it. The escort is amazing,
Mhm.
but like any helicopter, if you're using it alone, it can be killed easily, unless it has stealth, like a tiger or a ninja. I forgot something. Oh no, it doesn't work. No, I've got. I guess
I'm
we'll
actually
just
gonna,
do that.
yeah, I have to go shortly. I gotta go to class.
Free.
I know. Maybe we can play some war games some other time though.
Who said I wanted to play Wargame with you?
Woo. Ouch. That hurts.
Just kidding. There's no question about it. I always want to play with you.
Oh.
Danish F-16 Block 5 literally destroys. Yeah, but cluster planes can be they can be inconsistent.
User left
It
your
is a
channel.
very good. It is a very good plane, and like if you remember the 3 vs 3 Reddit tourney, then Dirty D, Fireside, and I really made good use out of cluster planes. Problem is just it is fairly inconsistent. As in, it depends on how the enemy reacts to it, and sometimes it's too easy to predict. And if you're using it on open field, then the tanks are usually fast enough to...
Yeah, really the only time I was ever getting like really good use out of cluster planes was using them in forests that I was already trying to grind away with infantry, and my opponent was trying to use tanks, because they either push it forward into your units, or they pull it back into the clusters and die.
Like in forests it's surely good, but outside of that, it's just inconsistent. If the JH7 in Forest von Advancement works, so why shouldn't this? Well, the JH7 had 4 more cluster planes, cluster bombs.
Yeah.
And I think it's like the only cluster plane that's also survivable with that kind of ordnance. I think the only thing close is the Artwork with 30% ECM. But it also has a... Yeah, I don't know. It's, like I said, it's not bad, but they're a bit too weak as in consistency. But if you have them, they're certainly nice. There are certainly situations where they're amazing to have. Alright. Maybe just take out some Commonwealth again. Commonwealth is just all around nice. Even slower than Dutch German though. I mean, outside of the Vickers maybe. The Vickers is not even that great.
Yeah, Vickers is a little too pricey for what it offers, I think.
Yeah, and it also only has 2 front armor, which is a big deal against autocannons. Like there's like the extra AP that you get and the stabilizer, that you don't want them, right? The rate of fire and the extra bit of armor on the AMX 10 and just being cheaper for having a lot less AP is just so much more valuable. Soviets? No, I'm not gonna play Soviets. No Jew. Sverige? Is Sverige Sweden? Sverige gotta be Sweden, right?
User joined your channel.
What's with all the Swedens? Play Jürgen, spam 25-point Vitras and Polos. Play Anzac support you want. Do you get Commanders 19 Anzac support?
Нет, comrade, the cluster plane is fine.
It is fine, but it's not like it doesn't feel the same slot as an good ADGM plane. And it's also not very survivable. It has 10% ECM or 20? 20. Yeah, it's not bad, but like I'd still rather have a good ATGM plane over the Block 5.
I mean, the thing is, it's like really cheap for a plane.
Yeah,
See ya.
so it's okay. See ya, have fun. So is a
User
peace vessel
disconnected
though,
from
like
your
the 90
channel.
points one, and it's also very effective. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you that it's a good plane.
It's
But
a
it
meme
lacks-
plane.
It's on. I mean, nah. I
I
think
mean,
the
the
Viggen,
actual-
the Viggen is more of
the
a meme plane
actual
because the
meme-
Viggen has like no AoE with only 4 bombs.
Yeah. You know what's the actual meme? Is playing Denmark national, so you get the hilarious numbers.
Or you get
of those.
6 Block 5s, right?
Yeah, you get 6 of them and you like just derp.
Whereas I will legit pay you $5 if you win a game versus Anzac support. Honestly, that's not that hard. I just key up as long as I until I key up against like a private or something, or someone who's bad at the game, and then. Honestly, although considering how bad I am, because I barely played over the past few months, that might honestly be hard or a challenge. I don't know.
Hey, I'm a compro.
But Diggers and Diggers 90, they're workable. You still get the amazing planes. You get the F-111C, you get the K-Hu, you get the Hornet even, which might be okay. You get LAVs. Honestly, it's probably not even that hard. I think the main challenge here is just that I'm bad. I remember when I thought Starship was the shit. I remember Nande also expected Starship to be ridiculously strong with the 5 HE, I think. Although I'm not sure if that originally came with another buff for them, I don't remember. But MBT-70 is really nice. Both Drift Armor is kinda awkward though. Right, I gotta fucking choose deck and stop talking.
I mean,
I'm not gonna play a meme deck. Not gonna play like a meme deck like Denmark National. Don't even think about it.
the second Starship isn't that bad, it's just...
The Starships aren't
accuracy and rate
I
of
think
fire.
I think the main issue with the Starships is their speed. Like, or you want them to use somewhat like a Beam PTO, like just like infantry fire support, right? With the autocannon 5 HE 8 RPM. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
Pretty good infantry DPS, but with 50 kilometers it's just rather slow. And you want to kite a lot, I think, with these kind of tanks, because with 10 armor they don't survive too much.
Yeah, they basically just... they can survive, what, 1 hit from the VDV-90 or something?
Actually, they just get
Yeah,
one
just
shot.
barely, just
They
barely.
needed 11. And even against tanks, yeah. And the MBT-70 also is decent enough against IVs because it has decent accuracy. And with 13 AP, it 2-shots anything up to 5 armor.
Yeah.
Nord armored? Let's take a look. Do they use British English or American English for the hashtags? I don't remember. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, you still get the Bradleys, you still get the... Yeah, alright,
You get base riflemen and 5-pointers, which is already really good. I'm not even sure if I want the Bradley. I probably want one card though.
No, I mean the Recon Bradley.
Oh, Recon. I don't like. I mean, I guess you don't really have too much option in the Recon tab since you lose the longbow, so I might as well take it.
I mean, I'd actually use an A1 Bradley for quite a lot of things.
Yeah, A1 is probably like the A3 is sometimes just overkill because people just don't. It's not as strong as it used to be due to how people play nowadays, I think. And just with the amount of heavies and super heavies you see.
Actually, you still have the good infantry.
Yeah, infantry is perfectly fine, honestly.
I mean, you still get the Ranger.
Something like Highlanders 90 would be nice, because the Erics with only 5 men and the 1 armor transport is a bit awkward sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, you get Rangers, so this actually...
Yeah, Rangers are nice.
Actually, what else do you even get? I mean, the ACAVs, yeah. Oh god, I have to take a cut of Rangers in the Chinook. Out of Humvees or something? Oh wait, yeah.
What is the 20-point autocannon thing? That's like it's like the German Kurz, right? Just it's very similar to that, I think. Hang on.
You mean the what was it?
Yeah, I think it's called Kurz. Oh, Kurz is actually 15 points with 1 armor.
Yeah.
The American M114A2. It has the same gun, 1 more armor, less autonomy, but higher speed. And I guess it's okay. Not particularly great, but could be worse.
At least it's not a BRDM2 herder.
Honestly, I might even prefer the BRDM2 just because it has wheels.
Yeah, but KPVT is...
Yeah, but it's not. It's like 15 points, right? The BRDM2.
Yeah, just like
it's 15 points, and if you get it to a CV that is a Jeep or an APC, then you kill it. Because
if that APC doesn't have an autocannon.
Yeah, but I don't think there are a lot of APCs or people who take APCs or CVs with autocannons or that can actually like it's not too bad. Sure, the KPVT is basically trash, but for 15 points it's okay, I think. It's also a Recon vehicle and you get a shit ton of them.
You know, I think the biggest point of BRDM2 is like the 100-kilometer off-road speed.
Yeah, it's cheap, it's fast, and if it manages to get to a armored but unarmed thing, then it can kill it.
I actually remember flanking Challenger 2 with like 15 of these and killing it.
Hornet, Nighthawk.
The point is to overrun the Challenger 2 before it kills all your BRDMs, so you just get in the rear of it.
You could. I wonder if you could like fire position on him with all the KVVTs, stun him and reduce the rate of fire to like nothing, and then continue engaging him. That should work, right? Like you won't deal any actual damage, but suppression damage should work.
Theoretically. Actually, would it work because KPVT doesn't have AoE?
Yeah, but if you just, I know, but like that's what I mean. Fire precision. Let's just quickly test it. Hang on. Let me make a deck with the KPVT. Probably have one. Why do you pick H Abrams over HC? I mean, I guess in the armor deck I should probably take both. Main reason is that oh yeah, it totally works. It doesn't deal a single point of damage.
I mean, it should
like not even 0.0001 damage, obviously, as it shouldn't. But instantly, well, 16 of the 14 of them instantly panicked the Moderna.
Wait, are you using Easy German BRDMs? Wink, wink.
No, I was testing with SPWs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, that's basically the same thing.
Yeah, it is the same thing, but I'm just, yeah, doing wink, wink.
Germany is just superior. Alright, let's just fucking queue up. I'm not gonna use Nord Armored.
Be right back.
Suppress Modern like huge suppresses their employees. Oh, right. HA Abrams over HC. Well, in the normal deck, in the normal US deck. Not in my fucking 10v10 deck. The HA is just, it's a really good 1 versus 1 tank. It has very good armor for the price. And the gun is not even that important, it's mainly the armor. And for the price it's pretty good. And the HC you basically only get, quote unquote, only get 2 AP. But if you want to actually kill other super heavies, then you get the A2. If you buy the H8 and you just want something heavy that can deal with like 120 point-ish tanks, you don't need the HC for that. And the HA also has better availability. It's just in the armor deck I probably should take the HC though. You're completely right. Oh, hang on, I wanted to test. I actually wanted to try out or give the Kyler another try, I remembered. Nord viable. Nord is actually pretty viable in 1 versus 1, I'd say. But let's actually just play Commonwealth. Yeah, but Nord is certainly viable in 1 versus 1. Same as US, honestly. Gotta laugh, Fusion suppressing bullshit. Yeah, it's not as bad as Steel Division though. I mean, I don't want to start another Steel Division hate comment or anything like that, but... Actually, let's not queue up with Commonwealth, let's queue up with OP Core. But there's one thing that I wanted to mention, that it's not as bad as Steel Division where you can panic a fucking King Tiger, a Königstiger or anything like that, drive up with a Jeep, and if there's no unit around the King Tiger, then the Tiger just surrenders. And basically, imagine it getting killed by that, like it quote unquote disappears. It's fucking retarded. Like the whole routing mechanic and units just driving out of control. Yes, I am serious. What you can, like, there's a couple of videos out there. I'm not sure if I can find them on the chart notice, so, but yeah, you can, if there's a tank or even several enemy tanks, and you with bombers, for example, it's fairly easy. If you bomb them and their panic meter gets full, then they start routing and driving basically randomly around, more or less. They basically want to retreat because they're scared and shit. It's a bit like routing in Wargame, just it happens more frequently. But what you can do if all the units around a unit are panicked, or if the unit is alone and panicked, and there's no leader nearby, you can drive up with any unit you have. I'm not sure if it works with supply, but any combat unit you have, and these units instantly surrender. And
yeah, that's
are worthless. It's just stupid. Like the mechanic in and of itself, I personally think is terrible already. But you might as well make it so that the unit has to have a certain AP value or anything if you're in a tank before you surrender. Like that tanks would only surrender if they're surrounded by, let's say, at least 2 other tanks or anything like that. But the way it works right now is just stupid. If they at the very least change it so it makes a little bit of sense, you know, or maybe just make it for infantry only. Like for infantry, sure, it's realistic and shit, but for the tanks, come on. I don't buy it. But let's not talk about Sea Division. Sea Division is still $40 on Steam. Well, that is just a publisher thing. It's the publisher that decides what the price is.
By the way, didn't you know you can get the Ken Rifles 85 in THs with NORAD armored? Huh.
Yeah, why not? Why should you not?
Yeah,
You can
I
basically
just
get any
literally
mech
forgot
infantry,
about
right?
that. Yeah.
Although they're not that important, since you just spam the 5-point riflemans with like MPT 70s and shit.
Yeah.
I think you could easily play without them.
The time of 15-point IFVs are
But the
gone.
15 no, you just gotta play different nation, like KAFVs, BVPs. I mean, okay, let's ignore pay to win for now. The Dutch vehicle, which is a slightly worse KAFV, basically. Marder 1, which should be 20 points, but it doesn't come with like 10 man infantry, so imagine if the Marder 1 came with let's say 10-point infantry with a basic MG primary and the 16 AP law. Jesus, the Marder 1 would fucking rule over everything. Marder 1 is seriously OP for 15 points, but it's just, it doesn't matter because it comes either with relatively expensive infantry that you can't really spam it effectively, so the 5 points that is too cheap don't really matter, or you buy it with Technoscope, but Technoscope would just die way too quickly, so they can't tank enough for the Marder 1.
Actually, if I remember correctly, was this ever changed?
Are the gay CV90 better? Oh yeah, the CV90 is so much better since the... Well, yeah, always. The CV9 is just ridiculously good. Scandinavia really has a lot of really strong things, like really strong, but they're just hindered by awkward AA and bad tank tap and mediocre anti-tank planes. If they had like a good super heavy and something between, like a better medium, something along the lines of Wilkes K1, and then something like something like a Strela 10M, something like a short arrow, something like a Crow, that'd be really fucking OP. Maybe not OP, but DLC level. I guess that is OP.
I mean, even something like base Oza tier.
Okay, base also maybe a bit too weak, but like Strela M would already work wonders, I think.
Actually, maybe Strela. No, Strela 1 won't.
Strela 1's a bit too. No.
Yeah, it would be literally another truck.
The 15 RPM tanks are nice, but there are situations where it doesn't hold up against a Wilk or K1 because the lack of stabilizers can and will make hunting down tank awkward and even retreating awkward because you can't even shoot back if you want to retreat, and you always have to face the front to what you're shooting at. So, which isn't a huge deal, but sometimes it can certainly be a big deal. Especially because it can increase the aim time a lot in certain situations. But they're certainly not bad. But they, while in real life they were used, well, I guess they didn't really saw combat, I think. But they basically were used by the military as a main battle tank. In game, they don't really play like one. They're more like a. They would be. Gameplay wise, they would fit better in the vehicle type.
You know, that reminded me. And that whole TH 20 point and things. Why is this German VMP 220 points free?
It's fine at 20. It has 4 armor and a decent autocannon.
Well, comparison's sake. 4 armor at the Swedish PBV also has
It has
more
a
armor.
terrible autocannon. It has a terrible autocannon. Don't even start with me.
Okay. Finnish BMP2.
3 letters. Or 3 words. Pay to win. P2W. What about the BMP1?
I mean, 10-point BMPs were actually kind of broken, so...
I'm not sure. Like back then, maybe they were a bit too strong, but with the IV rebalance, etc., they maybe could have stayed that, especially considering with DLCs coming and the overall power level rising, even if we assumed that DLCs were at a balanced tier. Because even if like Entente was nerfed into quote-unquote normal levels, I still think there's not a big reason to play Eastern Bloc over them outside of
meme units.
outside of LSTR. Really, that's the main reason why you want to play Eastern Bloc.
Yeah, which is...
Wait, Finnish
kind of-
Finnish BMP1 gets more range? No, it does not.
Like what?
Oh, the
No, it
Finnish
doesn't.
BMP2 he means. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it actually gets a late cannon, which has
Yeah.
like more accuracy and shit.
That's why it has more range. And even 1 more side armor. But it's slower. You know, the 5 kilometers off-road speed and the 2 kilometers per hour amphibious speed. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's what FLX told me.
Nine minutes searching rank game. Right, you know what I'm gonna do? I have 1 game to cast of the tournament, so I might as well do that now. We can't find a rank game, so at least I do something or I turn off the stream.
Do tell me when it's turned off. I'll just say something before
Yeah,
I go.
I'm just gonna mute myself here.
Channel switched. Sound muted.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast a tournament match. In case you don't know, there is a tournament going on. A non-DLC tournament, except for Netherlands. And I offered myself to cast a couple of games. Actually, I'm gonna quickly restart the streams, so the replay cast has its own video. So I'll be right back in 1 second. Alright, and here we are. So there's a tournament going on, in case you don't know yet. It's hosted by TrueOrb. And the rules are fairly simple. You're not allowed to use any DLC units except for Dutch units. You are allowed to play mixed decks, but you're not allowed to use Israeli, Finnish, or Yugoslav units in that. It's also being live streamed right now, in case you're watching it afterwards. And I truly hope that this gets its extra video on YouTube, because I quickly restarted the stream. So yeah, the match is this was made on short. I decided to cast this on short notice, so it's even more unprofessional than usual. Oh yeah, it's Capion versus Sander Turon. Sander Turon, by the way, is also casting a lot of these games, so check him out. I hope I won't forget to leave a link to this in the description. So what do we have here? Notice me, Res. Hello, Rares or Rares. I noticed you. What do we have here? We have Capion playing Dutch Eurocore. Eurocore. I thought he was playing Dutch German Coalition when I thought saw the MX10 at 13. Excuse me. And we have Sander Turon playing Blue Dragons on Highway to Seoul, my favorite map in this game. Alright, let's slow down a bit. Let's go over this on tune time speed because I'm not the best caster. So we have Capion opening with the Celtic trying to deny any helicopter drop, which is risky. On the one hand, I can see it because Blue Dragons get some decent infantry to drop, mainly the Recon infantry, the elite Recon infantry that gets a fast helicopter. On the other hand, this thing here, the Ninja. Ninja is very dangerous, which is partially also the reason, I guess, why he started with the cannon on top of it. But the Ninja takes 2 shots to shoot down, whereas the Gazelle Celtic is being one-shot by the Ninja with only 4 HP. Before we continue, what else do we have? MX10 Swaps with Legion 90 or Rima 85, most likely Legion 90. Commando Spira, not surprising. MX10, not surprising. Leclerc M113s with either Panzergrunts or Jäger. Either Panzergrunts downwetted or Jäger upwetted. One makes sense. One Gebhardt, not a lot of AA, but I guess considering he has a Celtic, he didn't think he would need more than one Gebhardt, which is fine. I can totally see that reasoning. We have a gun tank, KAFV spam, that's how you played. LVTP, okay, so he's using the Helbling 90 and the LVTP7. Not a huge fan of that personally, because in my deck, my Blue Dragons decks, the Helbling 90 are often the only motorized infantry. When are you going to pub some site that I can prove myself? Probably never. Back to the replay. Yeah, not a huge fan of the LVTP 7 because it has only 1 armor. If it had 2 armor, I would consider using it over the KM900, but considering that he has K200s with probably also Soul Chunks 285 and KAFVs, that's at least a 3rd card of fighting infantry in a drag transport, and 1 card of infantry is given up for the HMV with Chumat. So unless he has another card of Helping 90 in the KM900 or a card of Iku Ren in a wheel transport, I'm personally not a huge fan of that. I am from Germany. Hello, Flip the Pegasus. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting. Sander Tyrion is, yeah, of course spotting it. The Ninja is not yet spotted though, with only good optics, because the Ninja has good stealth. If Sander Tyrion is smart, he's gonna fly. He's not gonna take it. Well, let me rephrase it. What Sander Tyrion should probably do here is fly the Ninja towards this direction, trying to fly past the Celtic, basically, to its right, so that the Celtic is always the first one in range of the Ninja, so you don't take chances on possibly shooting down the cannon first. What he definitely should not do is attack move. Okay, he more or less did what I expected, or what I said he should do in this situation, and wow, that is that is some seriously bad luck for him. The Gazelle Celtic basically got lucky and got a critical hit on the Ninja, dealing, I believe it would be 2 more damage, but since the Ninja is only 6 HP, it gets a 1 shot. Even though in 90% of the cases, or even more, 95%, it would survive that missile, and it is unfortunate. That does not only mean that he doesn't get to shoot on the cannon, but it also means that he first of all loses 90 points worth of units, he loses information on what Capion has, and he loses like a potential flank scout or more information throughout the game, and he loses, and Capion, if he realized that, which he probably did, and Capion doesn't have to live with the fact that there's a Ninja alive somewhere around the area. And Capion now gets information on what the Senator has. So this is a big deal. Because Wargame is, especially on the bigger maps that aren't, like, basically not held in a very small place or paddy field, information is so important. Well, it's always important in Wargame, but on these bigger maps even more so. Also, he just informed me in chat that he has Kutai 90 in the WAPC, so that is fine. Okay, I would personally still take the Happy 90 in the drag transport, but okay. Now we know that he has at least that 1 card of infantry wheeled transports. MX13 being mod for flank defense here. Perfectly fine. Personally, I prefer the MX10 because it has a kinetic gun and more accuracy and more range, but this is perfectly fine. Milan 3 here, yep, versus Jumat. Personally, I think the Jumat is better here because Milan 3 will have issues killing stuff that drives along this road because it's just not fast enough to get the kill or the hit before it loses line of sight. So in these situations, I definitely prefer the Jumat. And in general, in 1 versus 1, the speed is a lot more valuable than the extra AP and the extra accuracy, of course, as well. So we do actually have Jäger in here. A smoke coming out from, yes, from Campion, trying to I'm not, okay, no, actually no, never mind, that smoke, no, actually no, I don't like that smoke. What that smoke does is, it, on the one hand, it allows his Jäger to basically move in here without getting shot here, but what he could have done is, allow the Jäger like he did here, drive up with the M113s, and everything that shoots at the M113s gets spotted by the Commando's Para, MX-10 or this MX-10, and the Leclerc will just fuck it up. And it also, yeah, and if he feared that there's some light stuff here that might shoot on kill M113s, he could drive up his MX-10 as well to help. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I would have smoked somewhere here near his Leclerc so that he can immediately retreat. This smoke I'm not a fan of. But I mean, I forgot to mention it. Let's not forget that these guys are not high-level tier players or anything. They're more or less casual players. Like they're lieutenants, first lieutenant and major. They more or less know what they're doing. But they're not, certainly not like people who have thousands and thousands of hours in this game playing it. Leclerc picks off a AFV. K1A1 gets a shot on the Leclerc, getting it down to 5 HP. Now here's the question, is it 5 HP or is it 5.5 HP? If it's 5 HP, then another shot of the K1A1 will kill the Leclerc. If it's 5.5 HP, then the Leclerc would survive, obviously. 5.5 minus 4.5 is 1. Unfortunately, we don't get this shown here. Leclerc, I believe, is still aimed at a Sochung-Su. Oh no, it was not. Okay, it's shot at the K1A1. Retreated now. Okay, that's decent micro. Here's Ichido. He should have moved up his Commander's Power a bit further here because he was moving up. His Leclerc was ahead of his Recon, and that's an issue. His MX-10 is also too far behind. But let's please don't see this as me trying to bash those players, or don't bash these players because of what I say or what they're doing wrong. I don't mean this in like any condescending way, and please don't start flaming them, you know? I just want to mention this. This is just basically me, like, if I would cast my own replay, I would probably also find just as many mistakes. But hindsight is always 20/20. Jägers are definitely, here's the issue, the Jäger are bunched up, making it even easier for the Hachinan and the K1A1 to kill them, because first of all, the suppression damage will hit both. And even if they miss, they might have a chance to kill the Jäger. And that's one issue of Jäger, is Jäger attacking from open field into forests. They are line infantry, which means they're slow, and they can't use their MG on the move. And the transports have bad weaponry and only 1 armor, meaning that if you try to drive them in there, they can too easily get killed. I'm just reading chat for a second in case Japan is just too shit autonomy. Yes, Japan has an issue with autonomy on their units. Areas you only play ranked. I mostly play ranked nowadays. I just don't really play a lot anymore. Like barely. Like 2-3 hours per week maybe. Wow, why are you bashing those players? Base Kute got 80% SEP, and no they don't. That is a display error. They actually have normal SMG stats, even if it just shows the wrong weapon on the unit card. Base Kute are perfectly normal as they should be. Wow, Leclerc survived with 2 HP. Here's the thing, I'm not sure if what went on with Capion. On one thing, Capion could have just known that, okay, the Leclerc got down to 5 HP over here, and this is further away, so there's basically no way that the K1A1 will be able to kill the Leclerc, because it dealt 5 or 4.5 damage here, so it's definitely gonna deal less here, which means that the maximum enough damage is 4.5. Let's make it simple. So the Leclerc is not gonna die. Or he moved, or he didn't know or realize it at that exact point, and he moved up because the K1A1 just shot at the Jaeger. And assuming that he was still reloading, he was moving up to the Leclerc, getting shot off before the K1A1 can shoot back, which is a very common and very smart thing to do as well. Both things are. Maybe he realized both, but he nearly that's also what happens with me as well. He was too far behind in the smoke, meaning that he had to cross a too long distance to get the line of sight on the K1A1, giving the K1A1 actually enough time to reload and allowing him to shoot back. It did work out, however, in the end. Also, I hope I don't speak too fast, which I tend to do sometimes. And considering I'm not a native English speaker, that makes it even harder to understand me. So sorry for that. Well done, though. However, he has no other presence really. He still has his force, which is very important, and a Legion 90 squadron here. Overall, though, I definitely say that Capion won this first engagement. Nanayon Chikichi. Here, that's exactly what I meant. I'm not sure if the smoke actually did much here, because as you can see, they still have line of sight over here. But as you saw, the Milan 3 didn't hit the Nanayon Chiki because it missed. It missed because it lost line of sight here. Let me just quickly take a sip of water before I continue. Alright, now Senaturon, however, has the issue here that he can't really do much with this foothold of infantry, because the Leclerc and AMX-10s are still here and are a big threat, especially the Leclerc. Even though it's 2 HP, he doesn't really have a way to deal those 2 damage at the moment. And as long as Capion stays at long range, he's more or less safe, as long as he makes sure that he spots planes early enough. Nanayon Shiki, however, moving up, which can deal with anything that isn't a tank, but if it gets too close, it can easily get one-shot, or even MX-10s can deal with that, especially with the poor optics. It doesn't even spot the MX-10 with only 8 armor. Yeah. Oh, and he doesn't realize it. Well, I mean, okay, he doesn't realize it. He didn't have a lot of time to realize, but yeah, that was very unfortunate. That Nanayon Shiki even turned because of the Legion 90. Even though it didn't have line of sight to the Legion 90, it automatically turned that way because that is the only unit nearby that Senaturon actually spotted. So, because Legion 90 are in fairly close proximity, and even though there is no line of sight, the AI makes the tank automatically turn the front towards it, allowing the Mara 2 to sideshot it and getting the Nanayon Shiki even lower, and the MX-10 finishing it off. Unfortunate, but yeah. That's why I'm not a huge fan of the Nanayon Shikis, because I have low armor. So I only really use the Nanayon Shiki E. The extra 10 points for the Nanayon Shiki G for 2 armor and a grenade launcher and 1 AP. In theory sounds amazing, but the armor is still very low and the optics are poor. So if it had medium optics, it would have spotted the MX-10 after the first shot and would have had the front armor still towards the Mara 2, would have been able to kill the MX-10, and if Senaturon paid a bit of attention, he would have retreated it because the Nanayon Shiki was low. And that's why poor optics on a medium tank are awkward. Capion with A. Oh, Capion. Oh, I'm sorry. Which round is this? This is the first round. Even Rasmus is a pleb nowadays, yes. Rasmus and Ryan think they're playing a better game. For example, Rainbow Six Siege. I agree. But yeah, this is why medium optics are so important on tanks. Like, people sometimes say, "Oh, you just buy a recon. You just have recon nearby," which is not wrong. But there are just always these kind of situations, and it happens to both good and bad players. You know, not just to like these. Let me just call them medium tier players. I hope I'm not offending them. Yeah, even to those medium tier players, it happens. And two good players as well. So that's why medium optics are so strong. They're so important. Yeah, Mother 2 should be careful. Okay, it's just moving here. Yeah, that's very nice. Mother 2 is really good against Blue Dragons, because Blue Dragons relies a lot on fire support to kill infantry. And Mother 2 is basically the best vehicle killer. And vehicle meaning anything that isn't a tank, really. Although I guess if you count the Nanion Shiki G with its terrible armor as a tank, then it can even kill tanks. What do you think of the M84 WRSA? Not a huge fan. It doesn't have stabilizers and it has like only 7 armor. 17 AP and the range is nice and all, but if you want a class cannon tank, you should take the Nanion Shiki because it has an amazing rate of fire and it has stabilizers. Okay, here we see the Peace Pheasant 2 on the Leclerc. Kind of dangerous because he doesn't have any actual scouts, and I think if the Sochung Su die, which they might just before the Peace Pheasant can get line of sight, and I think he's gonna lose line of sight on the Leclerc. Oh no, the Nanion Shiki can still spot it. But I think it already started happening. Planes need line of sight on tanks to kill them. ADGM planes. What I mean with that is forests don't block line of sight, but smoke does block line of sight for planes. And this is exactly what's happening here. I think it tried to fire on this unit here, not on the Leclerc. So what I mean with that is, even if you have line of sight to a tank, if here's the smoke, here's the tank, and a plane is coming from this direction, it won't be able to shoot at the tank because the smoke is blocking line of sight. Even if you have line of sight from a different angle with a ground unit. If it's in a forest, then it doesn't block line of sight for a plane. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, I know, but that's just how the game works. And I've known that only for like a year now or something, not very long. I found it out very late. I had 2 Mother 2 killers here, the UK in the forest. Yeah, that's not too hard, you just have to have them on either side of the tank, and the tank can kill only one, and then the other will just wreck the side and rear armor. But yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. He does get out alive though, with only I think 20% ECM on the Peace Pheasant, which is kind of lucky. Roland 2 is really efficient at killing planes. Carpion doing a decent progress here though. I didn't quite catch what happened here. Actually surprised that he lost basically all of his infantry. Oh, okay. I was wondering where the 2 squads of Jäger went, but they got into this building, which is actually really good. If you lose this building or this building from Carpion's perspective, you're in big trouble, unless you can immediately get it back. Smoke is cancer, planes are cancer. Smoke is fine, planes are cancer. Because smoke does a lot more things than just protect super heavies from ADGM planes. Let's see, there's nothing really going on the other flanks. They're more or less equally protected on both sides. Caprion is heavier here, but it's mostly because he has stuff near the highway. This side is also more or less equal. Chumat is really nice against these AMX-13s. I think these are more or less unnecessary. One could easily move here. Oh, that's also another plane you see every day. It's kind of a neat plane, somewhat. It has low payload, low ECM, and terrible long-range missiles, but it's nice to have behind your main ASF to also shoot a missile at the enemy plane. I think it's somewhat underrated, but it's not really great either. I wish though we had more multi-roles like that. A1 gets fucked by the Leclerc. Smoke does much more than just super heavies, yes, and that's why smoke is fine, because those things smoke does is perfectly nice, or perfectly okay, and offers a lot more strategic options. Just because the smoke super heavy thing is cancerous doesn't mean that smoke in general is cancerous. He's Pheasant coming in again. Leclerc not retreated into smoke fast enough, and yep. He was also very, very close to the smoke, and Leclerc with his high off-road speed in the middle of the open with no forest. Yeah, Capion was probably just either busy microing something else at this point, potentially looking at his base and buying base defense, or looking here, buying a free-fu, always just zoomed in too much that he didn't realize the Peace Pheasant was coming. Very unfortunate. That's why you always have to, or should play fairly zoomed out, though. I can see why that sometimes happens, that you zoom in too much on accident without realizing it, and then then when it's too late you realize, shit, I was zoomed in too far. And I know that feeling. He just lost his Leclerc shortly after buying his CV. I think at this point Capion is probably thinking, if only I didn't buy the CV, because then I had the points to replace my Leclerc immediately. Also worth noting that both players have a fob. Oh god, I'm only 14.5 minutes in and the stream is already going 22 minutes. Despite me playing at twice the speed. Alright, nothing really too much happening here. Very, I don't know why he just moved up to Marder 2. He probably forgot he had it on attack move. That was an unnecessary loss to Marder 2 is a great fire support vehicle, especially against Blue Dragons, like I said earlier. What is it, a Caesar? Oh no, that was just a mortar, okay. Just rebased his Leclerc. Leclerc really good in Delta because it's fairly short range here, and with the 12 RPM it can really do a lot of damage. And is basically outclassing every other super heavy, unless you manage to get like these kind of long range engagements. Although it can also fairly easily get countered by like M84A spam. It's just because of the close range. Oh, really gotta be careful with that Milan. Should turn off the... yeah, okay. I mean, it worked out in the end, but I wanted to say that when he moved it into the... he definitely moved it into the bush with the intention to try to hide it from the Milan 1, the K1 it is. He should have turned off the gun though to be safe. Leclerc is now engaging again. It's probably just gonna pick up this K1. Tumar doing some nice work here. Doing some other twos. Now they're dying though. Peace Pheasant coming in again, but this time Capion was watching and lost his killed the Peace Pheasant with his Ronans. More K1s coming from Sander. Either he doesn't trust himself to micro super heavies well enough, which is perfectly fine, or he doesn't buy super heavies because he thinks his Peace Pheasants are enough to kill the Leclerc. But I think it's very, very dangerous to keep on trying to rely on the Peace Pheasants just because he managed to take out one Leclerc. But as you saw, this time Capion was again successful microing this Leclerc into the smoke, protecting it from the Peace Pheasant like the first time. And especially with the two Ronans that Senator must know at this point that are there. And it's not the best idea to trying to keep rely on Peace Pheasants to get the Leclerc and keep buying K1s. Even if he doesn't have the Q Maru in his tank, he should probably try to wait until he has two K1 A1s on the field. He needs to take out the Leclerc, or he needs to try. Oh, there we go, Q Maru. Or he needs to try to hold on to this somehow and try to push golf. But if he wants to get mid, he needs to kill the Leclerc at some point. And K1s are not good enough. K1s are great and all, but they're the kind of medium tank that aren't the best in close range against super heavies, like M84A or Wilkes would be, because they trade AP for extra armor. And they don't have an autoloader either. But they have enough armor to survive a shot of the Leclerc and Immigrant 3 at this stage, so that's nice. That's why they're also good tanks. Is it a K Thunder? Oh, that's the M1110. Not sure if that was a good buy because he was on the back foot, and when you're on the back foot, you probably don't really want to buy artillery. And Capion is also still ticking. So that's very important, that which I often fail to do, is that when you think that even if you're in a winning position, he keeps on pushing. Oh. The M110s managed to take out the Q1 here, which is huge, honestly. I don't think, however, that these 110s are able to kill Leclerc. Jesus, what did Firestarter do? He really convinced a lot of people to use M110s. Oh, Leclerc missed a shot on the Kimaru, but Kimaru managed to take out of 2 HP, I think, after Leclerc. Kimaru getting stunned though, so he should definitely be retreated. Supply, of course. 3 Mankadis coming out. It's a bit overkill. My guess is that he forgot that he just bought 2 Mankadis and bought a 3rd one. He definitely doesn't need as many. 2 are perfectly fine, and he should definitely send this one back to the fob. He just started using his fob. He might as well resupply this Mankadi. He could have saved these 30 points. And yeah, still both 2 here are actually still unused. That's something that's, again, I'm also forgetting these kind of things, so I'm not trying to bash these players here, okay? Everyone forgets these kind of things, but I'm just hoping that if I mention this here, maybe at some point in some game you might be like, alright, Rasmus mentioned something about this, let's not forget about it. Send these Mankadis back. Don't forget about your empty supply tracks when you have a fob. My guess is that a lot of people, or some people, don't use fobs very often, 1 versus 1s maybe, or it's just a recent addition that he forgot that he has a fob, and even though he's using the M110s. I think there's, ooh, oh no, the Leclerc said that his guns turned off. He tried to get a shot on the Kimaru, or did he just turn off his guns when he started retreating again? Because the Kimaru is down to 4 HP. Maybe he turned off his guns after Leclerc got shot. I unfortunately missed this. Still though, like, Cameron in a much better position. He has this building. He has line of sight on the Marder, the Tensami. He could just move up his Marder 2 and kill it, honestly. There's 0 armor. It's not gonna survive a lot of shots. Kai coming in again, which still survived up until to this point. Caprion very conservative with this radar array here, which isn't a bad thing. But at this point he's just a bit too conservative, and you could certainly make the point of saying, well, especially against Blue Dragons, keep your radar AA on until you see the seedplane. The seedplane is very expensive, so there's a good chance that you might never see it at all in the game, because some people might not even take it in the deck, because for 1 versus 1 it's a very expensive seedplane. And especially considering that Saturn is on the back foot, I think there's a good chance that he doesn't want to spend points on a seedplane. And that's just a very minor thing. Yeah. The need to return to fob hotkey for supply tracks. I mean, sure, it's a nice thing, but it's far from a big deal. It doesn't really take a lot of micro to do that. Bigger problem is not forgetting about your tracks. Yes, exactly. Like, if you're in the middle of microing, then you can just quickly select your Mankadi and just right click somewhere on the map, so it at least starts moving, or somewhere near the fob on the minimap, so it at least starts moving, and then once you have a couple of seconds to spare, then give correct orders on it. Since you can't shift queue the trucks to return to the front line, yes you can. What you do is you select the truck, click fast move, and then you click on the fob itself, not near it, you click on the fob, shift, fast move, and back to the front line. It works perfectly fine. Jäger are gonna get killed here most likely. Actually, they're still gonna take out quite a lot of the Sojourn too, because these KFVs weren't in range. And the KFVs are doing the majority of the damage here. K1 not so much. Kimaru, sure, it has 12 RPM, but KFVs at this range could have saved a lot of the Sojourn too. But yeah, it's just, ooh, second Leclerc, okay. Just a minor thing. same time Q Senator buys his second Q, which was not as a response to the second declare, which he didn't even spot, but just because he wanted to overwhelm the Leclerc and just get a fairly easy kill on it, and then just roll over everything else with his 2 Leclercs that are unchallenged at this point. Although you have to watch out for Legion 90, which are very, very deadly in these close quarters, because they basically always are in range for your tanks, and the Q-Maro only has 20 armor. I would check the chat for anybody saying something bad about my player dealer rush you. Oh, come on, Capion, don't be like that. Yeah. And 110 trying to CV snap here, which is, yeah, he kind of has to. 30 minutes left and Caprion is still ticking. He really has to push now, and the problem is he has his 2 Kimaros, but yeah, there we go. He needs infantry to screen. And even then, it's not a lot of infantry. There are 2 Leopard 2s, 2 Leclercs. Yeah, I think the Kai dies. Unless he manages to kill those 2 Leclercs. The Kai actually did quite a lot of damage and pending those Leclercs. That is a very good time to move up, but one of the Kimaros gets down to 6 HP. Basically, he shouldn't have stopped there. He shouldn't have stopped there. He forced the Leclercs back here, which he must have seen. Which means that there's a good chance that there aren't any heavy tanks in there. So at least one of the Kimaros should have kept pushing in here. But this, yeah, now he's pushing up his infantry without any tank support, and he's just losing it. Yeah. And now the Leclercs are repaired again, and he basically gained nothing. He lost a bunch of infantry and killed the median 3 squad. Yeah. I should have slowed down here, but basically what happened is Kimaru engaged infantry, Leclerc shot at the Kimaru. Kimaru re-aimed at the Leclerc, killed the Leclerc, and the Leclerc killed the remaining Kimaru. Or the Legion did. That's a typical case of enemy has infantry to soak up shots for the Kimaru, but I don't. Infantry was the first thing that the Kimaru got to line of sight, so that's the first thing they shot at immediately. And there's not really much you can do about that, honestly. Unless, of course, you try to not get into these engagements in the first place. But if it happens to this, what you want to do, if you immediately shoot at infantry, you want to retreat ASAP back into smoke. Because then what happens is the enemy super heavy goes out of cover and gets a free shot on your super heavy, which is what I explained right at the start of the game as well, earlier up there. And then what Caprion could have done, didn't have to, is retreat back, meaning your super heavy is full HP, the enemy super heavy is damaged, maybe up to at this range, maybe like down to 3 or 4 HP. And yeah, but what happened here was even worse. They were Legion 90 in range with 25 AP, dealing a ton of damage on the Kimaru as well. And the Caprion just he saw the chance. He was able to take out both Kimarus, and yeah. How many Kimarus did Resman lose just half an hour ago? 3. And I more or less did very similar mistakes, by the way. Although I'm not really nearly as good as I used to be, so yeah, this is just over this point. Chumat actually managed to take out the Leclerc, but even then, 6 minutes left. Capion has 260 points with +1 lead. He still has 2 Leopard 2s, and yeah. Even the tiger sneaking around. Oof. That was dirty. Okay, actually not that. Yeah, that was dirty, Capion. That's like putting extra salt into the wound, man. That's not very nice. Come on. Like you already wrecked him, and then you had to do this. That's a bit. Okay, if Sander didn't surrender here, he should have just landed near the fob. I hope that was your intention. But yeah, I think this match definitely showcased the important interaction of screening infantry and super heavies. As in, if you manage to get your enemy super heavy shoot at your infantry or anything that isn't your super heavy, and very, very shortly after that manage your super heavy to get a return shot on the enemy super heavy, that's a very important interaction in super heavy, or even basically any tank duel, but mostly super heavy duels in wargame. Yeah. Alright, I wanted to take a look at the decks. Give me 1 second to extract them. Standard Huron. Their deck. And Sanders deck. Then copy on. Alright, so Standard Huron. Rather, first thing that comes to my eyes, the rather, well, not empty, but not very. Hang on. Oh no, never mind. For a second, I thought it was Japan. Surprisingly, only takes 4 slots of recon infantry, and on top of that, only also the KFV and the Hachinana. Personally, I started using only one of these, and the Hachinana is more important because it has wheels and an autocannon. Surprisingly doesn't like the Tokyonsei because they're really good. Best MG in the game, 30 points with decent AT weapon, okay primary, and actually very good primary because it's carbine. Yeah, actually surprised. Not, in my opinion, not the best recon type. Kai, like I said, kind of neat plane, but not particularly great. I would probably up at the H1T, but that's a tiny thing with a Tau 2. Like I said, not a huge fan of the Nanyon GGG, but I explained it in the replay. Rest looks pretty more or less standard. What I personally like to do with Blue Dragons is instead of the Hayate, I take the this thing here, because with the availability bonus that Blue Dragons get, you get 4 infantry squads, infantry CVs instead of 3, and 5 of these instead of 4, which you would get with the lower availability bonus. So while, let's say, other decks like Eastern Bloc get 3 infantry CVs and 6 cheap CVs, a total of 9 CVs, which is fairly standard, roughly more than enough, you already get 9 CVs with this setup. Because usually you don't like taking these kind of things, APCs, because you get only 4 per card. And when you take only 2 cards of infantry, then 2 cards of CVs, then it's nearly always cheap plus infantry or cheap plus tank. So you nearly always end up having a cheap because they have this availability. But again, Blue Dragons has that high availability bonus, allowing them to get 5 of these per card and 4 infantry CVs. Which is why I think this is, if you take 2 cards of CVs, this is probably the best setup for Blue Dragons. Outside of that, yeah, personally, I'm not at all a fan of the M110s. I don't think they are worth taking. Then again, I haven't really tried them out. I can only speak of experience of playing against them and seeing what others do with it. But I don't think they are that great. But I'm not saying it's like a bad or good thing. It's just my opinion, and it's not a very strong opinion on this one. Don't. If you use it and you have good experience with it, then don't stop using just because I said I don't like it. Oops, I accidentally clicked on save. And then we have Capion's deck. 2 cards of Jägers. The first thing that a spot here. Again, M110, this time upwitted. Roland 2 instead of Roland 3. I think I also tried that once or a couple of times or in certain decks. I don't remember. I'm perfectly fine. Basically, you trade range for less for high availability and lower price. Still a very good unit, especially in 1 versus 1. Not a lot of planes. Just KWS and two cards of peace runs, both up with it. Very interesting. Very interesting. European planes they have amazing ASFs. They have pretty good seed, both for team games and 1 versus 1s. Jaguar is one of the better seed planes for 1 versus 1s. Peace run is very good in 1 versus 1s. Bombers are pretty bad. IDS is not even that. This is okay though, in my opinion. But he does take probably the 2 strongest planes. Well, I count this as 1 plane. 2 strongest planes for 1 versus 1s. KWS probably the best ASF for 1 versus 1s. Peace run a very good anti-tank plane. It's a perfectly fine air tap, just a bit strange because you rarely see people take only 3 cards of planes in a coalition deck. Similar. I think this is the same CV setup that I have, but instead of a fob, I don't take a fob. Doesn't have anything below the Leopard 2 because you have the MX-10 and the Recon type, of course. Doesn't take the 2A5. Yeah, tank type is also fairly normal, I'd say. Yeah, 2 cards of Jäger. You don't see Jäger. You generally see very often. The cheap infantry of Eurocore is a bit awkward. But yeah, nothing else to say, I think. With some exceptions, a rather normal Eurocore deck. Yeah, let's see what the chat says. Sing a song for us. No, I won't. Are we doing deck review now? Yeah, I was just going over the decks that's of the replay that I just casted. Tell me my KWS costs the same as the Yak 1-for-1. Because the Yak 1-for-1 gets better short range missiles. Quite a bit better though. And I'd say Blue Dragon's deck without 2 cards of Peace Pheasants is a big mistake. Yeah, probably. Exchange 1 card of Jäger for Panzerkranz 90 in the M113 after the tourney. Okay. In any case, that's it. I hope YouTube split the 2 streams, so this is a separate video. In any case, I hope you enjoyed the cast. I will do a couple more for the next rounds, I guess. And don't forget to check out Senator Tyrion's channel for his live game against Carfion, which is not live yet, so I probably should have waited for this cast, now that I think about it. Or is it live yet? I don't even know. I don't think so. And yeah, thanks for watching. I don't know when I'll stream again, and I'll see you next time.